All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to State of Scrims. We're in the 60s. I don't know which one, but it is the Halloween Eve, and as such, we are in costumes. You may recognize Gruer from the movie Dodgeball, and you might recognize me from, League of Legends, specifically the mid lane. But how are you feeling, Gruer? You just had a
Trying to
excellent
blow up this
performance
dodgeball,
in the
but
All-Star game, but
I did terrible in the All-Star game.
oh
I
well.
I came straight off of staying late at work for an hour and a half into no warm-up, into being an idiot and picking a bad matchup into Oriana and getting punished. It's all good though. It's all good though.
Okay, well, do you feel the same way about our series versus QC, which is the only one that has happened since the last podcast, or are you feeling a little better about that one? I know I personally, at least, am. Result was tough,
Uh,
but that team is
no,
hard,
I
and I
don't.
feel like we had a solid showing. But
Yeah, I don't feel too disappointed about the QC series. I thought I played pretty good individually in that one. Could have done a little bit better the first game, but I went for the first pick Echo because it's like never opened this
you
season
gotta.
and it's kind of a hard matchup. I've not played that one in a while, and Rat's obviously really good at Kiana. Not to mention Silas is kind of annoying, but I thought our team gave it a pretty good shot, but I thought QC showed up on the day with a really good draft plan and played really, really good in game. Just ignore me as I keep blowing up this dodgeball. Sorry.
You're good. I don't know. I think it was fun. We had a 2.1 million mastery mid lane in that first game, I think, cumulatively, which is pretty cool. I think uh, Spiral caught
Pretty
some
hype.
shade for wanting to pick a Mumu in the second game, but I think it looked good. I think Kage just had an insane pop off performance on the MF. Looked really good. Had a solid first game and then dropped 13 kills in the second one. Is kind of absurd. But yeah, just really well played to QC. I feel like we were confident going into that game after scrims, and they just kind of leveled up and completely demolished us. Actually, that's not even true. I feel like the games were close. We had gold leads in both games, which I think a few weeks ago, if you told someone that Rift Sharks would be playing Qualmless Chillers to make it to finals and would have gold leads against them both games, no one would have fucking believed you. So I'm super proud of our team. Just
Same.
very happy with everybody and excited for next season and excited to get to cast finals between QC and NYMB, unless I decide to be a gracious host and not cast finals and let someone else do it. But we'll see. You can bet that Gruer and I will be adding some spicy content. Okay, when I say that, I think fucking the internet has claimed that to mean porn. We're not doing that. But
Hey,
there will be interest.
nothing is off the table, guys. We're still everything is on the vision board right now.
No, we're not doing that. But yeah, no, I think we'll have some exciting stuff for the final stream. It should be a banger. But yeah, I mean, I don't think there's like too much to talk about. I mean, we can look at the last time that QC and NYMB played. That was, I mean, we kind of did already cover that pretty
Yeah, we
recently.
talked about it.
But yeah, I
I
mean,
mean, if you want to talk a little bit about the preview, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I think unlike last time where QC was coming in as that higher seed, they had side select, whereas this time NYMB will start not only with the one game win, but with side selection as well, right?
yep, that is true.
So I'm really curious to see what QC is going to, come up with as far as like their adaptation, because I thought NYMB had a really good idea of how they wanted to play into them and executed it really well. So I feel like it's not, the onus is kind of more on QC to change something up than NYMB, obviously. So yeah, pretty excited to see what they do. And I have good news: the dodgeball is almost inflated.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, the first time these two teams played, QC was able to get the dub, but New York Nutbusters absolutely shredded them in the second game. That was one of the least close games we've had all season, with QC only getting 5 kills versus NYNB getting 27. A bit ridiculous, but obviously that first game was pretty favored towards QC, and then they were able to win the second game around. But I think NYMB has shown that they have a fair shot, and I think if Blake hadn't picked fucking Anivia top into Akali, I think maybe some things go down a little differently. But
I do have a question for you.
yes.
In this last series, we saw them try 2 iterations of their roster, alignments of their roster. Assuming that they're going to run the same 5, everybody's running the same 5, do you prefer the Rat mid lane or the Rat bot lane into this team? Because we saw both, and they both lost in their 2-0 the other day.
Okay, I think QC needs to figure out a way to actually punish Alana. I think when we saw BB and NYNB play, and BB actually ended up winning, it was through punishing Alana. They did not actually make that happen at all in the QC NYNB series in playoffs. Alana didn't go positive, but 2-5 and 1-4 is not getting punished, especially when Rat ends up 2-7 and Paul goes 0-3. So I think whoever they put mid just needs to be able to get some sort of lead instead of also going negative. I think if you're able to get that happening, I think it looks a little bit better for QC, but I feel like NYMB is the one who has a strategy that's been working, and QC is the one that's going to need to adjust to figure out something that is going to allow them to win this matchup. I think
agree with what you said.
You totally could have, what is it, a wrench that he throws? You could have just done that, and then you wouldn't have had to blow anything up.
I think they should keep Rat mid for the series personally. I thought Kage played at a really high level in their last series against us, and I think if he plays at a similar level, then they'll be fine in the bot lane. And I think you have the most ability to run the map when you have Rat and Drakkar on mid jungle. What I don't want them to do is, they picked the Syndra counter to Aurora, which in isolation is a very good counter pick, but they'd kind of obviously, I don't know if they saw that one coming or if they were just very smart with their draft after that, but they then just, sure, Syndra's good to Aurora, but they kind of countered you with Malphite, Jarvan, and Rakan. So I think Rat should probably go mid, pick something that's like a good matchup in mid, but make sure you're not kind of getting destroyed by the rest of the draft. And also, I think Rat's a great mage player, but I think he has the most ability to just dominate games when he's playing on some of those more aggressive kind of melee champions. So I'd like to also see him go more towards that. I know they banned the Kiana and the Yasuo, but he has some other ones as well that he's shown some great level on. So that's probably what I'd like to see. But the nice thing about a best of 5 is, QC has to win 3 games and Nutbusters has to win 2. So you got a lot of opportunity to adapt in the middle of the series if you come into game 1 or game 2 with something that doesn't work.
Yeah, and we did hear Rat on the cast say that they kind of didn't show up the last time they played, and it was kind of setting for him, and he needs to show up and lock in today. And I do think the kind of art of this format, I feel like Pro League would never do this, but just in terms of making every series matter, the fact that they did initially drop that first series, they're going to have to work extra hard to come back from it. I know a lot of people have some gripes about that, but I do think it rewards teams that are able to go into playoffs more prepared, and you always do have the opportunity to kind of scale and grow back. I think as we talked about on one of the previous podcasts, historically the team coming from losers bracket is 1 and 2, so it is possible kind of playing to the odds there. So if QC really locks in, they can definitely get a 3-0 or a 3-1 or plus the game, so it'd be a 3-1 or 3-2, but it's definitely possible. And NYMB is just going to try to play for those 2 games. They're guaranteed at least 1 game with side select, and if they lose another, just a game at any point in the series, they're guaranteed 2 games with side select. So if you're just able to win the games that you have side select, you should be able to win, which, that's good news for New York Nutbusters. And if they do end up losing the series, that means that they're going to have 3 games with side select. So you really just got to get 2 out of the 3, which does put them in a nice position. However, as QC showed on Sunday, they're a very strong team, and they're able to kind of adjust their strats to the team that they're playing. And I think they're going to have learned a lot more from the loss than NYNB is going to have learned from the win, because NYNB has shown a winning strategy that QC is going to be able to counter, and NYNB just knows that their strategy beats the one that QC already ran, which is probably not what they're going to do again, considering the results. So just something to
Yeah, I mean, I
consider.
will say the winners bracket team has won the last two of this format. They've gone to five both times, but has managed to pull it off. And I did not hear Rat's interview. I joined and heard the last minute, but I will say I don't think you can entirely. And I'm not saying this is what he said, but I don't think you can entirely point it to just being like, oh, QC didn't play that well. I thought QC played fine on their day. I thought Nutbusters came in and played really well. So I think if QC's kind of thought is, we're just going to show up and play better, I'm not 100% sure that's going to work, because I think NYB had an insanely good just strategy and draft plan, and not only just draft, but how they actually piloted the middle of the game, the early game. Thought they did a really good job of having PB moving around the map at good timings and preventing Rat from being able to snowball. And then Blake had really good movement on the map. Mike's been playing really, really well. So I don't know. I'm just excited. I don't know if we want to do predictions and kind of wrap this up and head to the next section, but if I was going to make a prediction, I do think we'll go to 5 games, and I'm not entirely sure how it's going to end, but I'd be surprised if we didn't get 5 games.
I mean, I'll stir the pot a little bit. I'll say NYMB 3-1. I think it'll
3-1.
I think it'll play to side select. I think Blake is too good with the drafting for that to be true. And you see in the first series that they played, I believe actually NYMB was on red side all 3 games. So maybe I'm just making shit up, but that is a factor too. NYMB has been on red side 4 out of the 5 games, but whatever. I'll just say they figured it out with side select. I think when teams are both this good, I think that can kind of be the tiebreaker. So I'll just say that. We'll see though.
Yeah, I will say I agree with you though. Blake is probably one of the nastiest players in this server to give counter pick to. But I also think they kind of got away from what I think is QC at their best in this series against them, and they kind of went back to it more in our series. You had Chow go for Urgot and you had Chow go for Akali. I'm not saying he can't play those champions. We've seen good performances on the more carry picks, but when this team's at their absolute best, as I've said, I think it's Rat on some kind of a playmaker champion, and it's Top just playing a tank, and it's support playing the Taric. I mean, frankly, we saw 2 games of Braum, but I think they had a really good answer into the Braum, and I don't doubt that PB could also have some answer into the Taric, but I think the Taric's kind of generally a little more useful. So I expect QC to kind of show a little bit more what they showed against us and kind of get back to basics. And I think you want Chow to be on a champion that's hard for Blake to actually exploit, in the same way that something like a Akali kind of can start to lose. I think some of his tanky picks are a little bit harder to ever kind of fall off or get exploited. And yeah, I don't know. I'm going to say 3-2 QC.
Yeah, I will say I do think Blake is definitely a better player than me, and I was able to get pretty solid leads in top lane both games that series. I wasn't really able to put the Malphite behind in any sort of meaningful way, but I feel like Poppy kind of became irrelevant in the first game. And that was the game I blinded. So I think Blake is going to be able to shut down Chow no matter what the picks that come out are. I feel like the Urgot and Akali were kind of curveballs into draft, which shook things up a little bit. But I do think the Taric is a very important factor that did not come up at all in the last series. And I do expect to see NYNB at least have to adapt their bans at some point throughout the series. I don't think just banning those 3 champions every game is going to be the way for them to win, but we'll have to see. If QC makes good adaptations to those bans, I think we can definitely see some things get mixed up.
Yeah, I will say, I thought I've already kind of had a talk previously more about how I don't think the Malzahar ban's necessarily a must ban. I know Rat really doesn't like playing against it, so I understand that, but I don't think Alana's going to take it over the other champions if you're leaving something like Aurora up. But then also the Tom Kench to me, I know they're banning it in part because when they played earlier in the season, PB absolutely smurfed a Tom Kench game that was the one game they won in their regular season series. So I do understand it's a great champion for him, but I think you don't necessarily have to ban it unless your team composition really is countered by it. And these games, it's fair. I mean, you're playing Viego, you're playing Sentry, you're playing Akali, you're playing Kane. Those are champions that kind of want to dive and look for kills. So I think the Tahm Kench ban makes sense. But I also know that Qualmless could play comps that don't have to like full dive like that. So maybe you can get a situation where you don't feel like you have to ban Tahm Kench, and then that also frees up a ban towards someone else too.
Yeah, very true. I think I'm just excited to see what the teams cook up and bring us forward.
Yeah, it'll be fun, and the stream's going to be awesome.
Yes, I'm hoping I'm feeling better enough by then to make it awesome. But yeah, I got to make sure I get that done by Thursday. I have a concert I'm going to, but it would be funny to be like, I'm seeing Ski Mask the Slump God. I'm very excited.
Okay.
But yeah, I gotta make sure to get that done. Tomorrow night and Saturday night are probably gonna be my days to work on it. But yeah, we'll see. Okay, we only have 17 takes for Victor Base, so if you're watching the stream, feel free to put stuff in. But we can also just make this a shorter stream. I don't know how long my voice is gonna last. But yeah. So our first take is that mid lane is the strongest role in the game, hands down.
I disagree.
Yeah, I feel like this is baked. I feel like it's between support or jungle at the.
That's what I would say. I think it's support or jungle.
Yeah.
I think mid lane's good, but mid lane's nothing like it was in seasons past.
Yeah, we have really good mid laners in our league, which is why it looks so strong for us. But I mean, I think even if you watch it like the pro level, like it's not like the
pro level is really
just
wave
running
clear.
everything. You
just have to get wave clear so that you can help your team. It's really boring.
Yeah, especially like once they change the map so that you're able to kind of do like the wraparounds so that there's not as many walls protecting you. I feel like that's kind of made mid lane suffer a little bit too.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a good take too. I wish that Scott Pilgrims, Alec, and Lelouch got more games. Based. I agree.
Sure.
Downside of a 10-man roster where everyone's available is that you don't get to see the players play that you necessarily want to. I am hoping that they end up on separate teams next season, just so we get to see more of them. I've been talking to a couple people about like roster formation and stuff next season, and I mean, obviously, I'm hoping for the 10 teams if we can get that. Tell everyone to sign up as soon as finals is done. We're gonna rotate the season, maybe. It's a lot of effort on the back end, so the first day that I'm not busy all day, I will flip that over. But as soon as that happens, start getting placements in as much as possible. We have the shorter off season going into spring, so there's a bit more of a time crunch on it. But if we can get to 10 teams and have all these cool players spread across the teams, that's going to be a amazing opportunity. But as long as we can keep 8 teams, I think this is going to be a super exciting off season. There's so much to look forward to, so many cool players in the server.
Yeah.
But yeah, heading on to the next take. I assume this is referring to comms and not gameplay, but a PB plus rat team would be the most chaotic team ever.
I don't know. I mean,
okay. See, the thing is, we have Psycho Carrot and Taxi.
I think the most chaotic team ever would be like Carrot, Taxi, Honan. That's all you need. Those 3 would be the most schizo, crazy. Yeah, Yeah,
I don't know. All I will say is I was in a sign-up game, and it was me, Dave, Evergreen, Psycho Carrot, Taxi. I wasn't even playing League of Legends. I was in like a fucking like hell simulator that like happened to have League of Legends playing in front of me. That was the craziest comms I've ever been in. It was like everyone thought that they were the smartest person on the team. I mean, Dave and I just kind of shut up and just enjoyed the show, but everyone thought they were the smartest person on the team, and it was like an argument the whole time. It was fucking awesome. Okay, next one. I'm out of real takes. Let's get PB and Hong Baba in a boxing ring. I mean, I'm almost gonna say this is Banks because I think PB would kill him.
Do we?
What?
You think PB would kill Hong?
Yeah, Teddy's such a calm, nice guy, and PB watches hockey.
Yeah, he watches. He doesn't play it.
That's true, but he's got that like tough guy attitude.
I'm believing in Hong, but it's.
Okay, well, if we disagree, it's got to be based then, right? We got to prove it.
I think so. We need like a pay-per-view so we can earn some money for this server.
Oh, Jesus. It's okay. I'll like fly him out as long as the ticket sales are like higher or whatever. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, PB, be at Dean's house on next Friday, dude.
So true. All right. Old Scrim staples that no longer perform well, Twitch or Kane, for example, reflect the increase in skill level in Scrim Zone. I think this is generally true. I think Twitch and Kane are bad examples of this. But I just feel like Kane is not strong this season.
Yeah, I think Kane's just weak. I
Right.
don't think Twitch has actually looked that bad. Hasn't Twitch not done fine this season?
Yeah, and I mean, like, part of it's also just like that was a staple because we had a bunch of one tricks, and those players don't play as much anymore. Like, it's like less that it's like not as good overall.
Well, what's an old Scrim staple that you think does not perform well because skill level? Because you said those are bad examples. What's something you think would be a good example?
I'm double checking real quick the Twitch thing first. Twitch this season. Oh, I totally pulled it up the wrong way. Yeah, Twitch this season is 9-7, so I don't actually know what we're talking about. I mean, I feel like Warwick used to show up all the time. We never see that anymore. I feel like that one's a good option.
Warwick, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Zach also. I feel like Zach is super counterable, but it used to be that you could just pick Zach every game and get away with it.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Mason's Heck Room used to be super dominant because like no one could play around it. It's not something that they can pick anymore in the same capacity. Top lane, I don't think has really changed that much, just because we've always had pretty skilled tops. I feel like the Lux mid has gone down in win rate recently. I feel like we had a lot of people who just slam Lux and like get away with it every game. I think there's still really good spots for it. Honestly, ADC, Kaisa used to have a really good win rate, and she's falling off a lot. I feel like she was just kind of the champion where like if you were the better like I feel like she's just the type of champion where if you're the better player and you have Kaisa, you can just outplay everybody and like win. And I don't think that's really true anymore. Because there's a lot fewer matchups where there's just one ADC that's like that much better. And then I don't know. I mean, I feel like Nami is like the call out for bot lane, but I don't even. I would have to check if her win rate has. She's negative this season, but was positive last season and the season before. So I don't know. I feel like Nami would be the example in support, but I don't think she's as punishable, and a lot of our good players are still playing a lot of Nami. But that would be the champion that kind of fit in the same slot as the other ones that I've mentioned, where it's just like people would just slam it every game and it wouldn't really be punished. But I think also the people who used to pick Nami a lot are not really in the server anymore, and Jacob's adapted to a different pool. So I mean, I think this is based. I just think we remove Twitch and Kane. So I'll just say like fucking what I say, Warwick, Lux. I don't know. There's definitely like indicators of this. I just think you picked bad examples. But
I lost. I had to take the headband off. It was cutting my circulation. I blacked out for a minute there. So whatever you said, I agree. On to the next one.
True. Okay. The Alex take has been adjusted to be Alex is the single most robbed player in Scrims history when it comes to accolades, MVPs, and all Scrims. This I could see. I feel like I don't actually know the stats
most
on
robbed?
how many he's gotten, but I mean, looking at Hall of Fame, I feel like he's been a solid contender in ADC for a while. Hold on, let me full screen this so it's not all chopped. How many awards has Alex gotten since he started? Has he never gotten it? Yeah, he's never gotten first or second team AD carry. That I feel like is a little ridiculous, but I don't know. I'd kind of have to go back season by season and think. I feel like there's been a couple seasons where I would have voted for him, but I don't know. It could just be that he's like perennially like third best, but I don't know. It's tough.
I mean, I don't know. I can't off the top of my head even really come up with a list. I would say
Yeah.
like if you were trying to like come up with like a top 10, he's on there probably.
I mean, I like can't think of anyone who's like a better choice than him. So like maybe it's based, but
Yeah.
I think like the real answer, and I think Mason will corroborate this, is the most robbed person is whoever should be getting second team jungle over Mason every season. Because every time Mason gets second team jungle, they're like, "Oh, this is so fraudulent. I shouldn't have gotten it." But
I will say I think hold on, I'm gonna fact check myself real quick before I say this. So stall me for like 10 seconds. There's somebody that just came to mind. Yeah, I think for me, I think Bean's kind of been underrated on some accolades. He has one second team jungle. I think he's been really good in multiple roles and hasn't gotten as many probably like game MVPs and stuff as I think he would deserve.
yeah, that's fair. What roles did he play in previous seasons?
He's played
I like
support. He's played
forgetting.
jungle. I know he's played those two like for a
Yeah.
full season each. And I think he's done some filling. I know he played some AD carry way back when for a few games, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, shout out Alex. I do think Alex
Yeah.
has
I
kind of
think
had
we
the
can base
struggle of
this.
being next to, just some like all-time players in the server and like PB and Blake and even like Mike.
Yeah.
So you do kind of struggle to stand out some there. But I do think Alex has been as much of key to that success for Nutbusters as anybody.
Yeah, agreed. I think part of it is also I think he took the longest break from the game out of everyone on NYMB, so he missed more seasons. Because I feel like
Yeah.
Mike was playing on MVP for a bit before he came back, so I think that definitely contributes. Okay,
Yeah, that's
next
true.
take. I think there's a typo here, but season 7 Spectres is the biggest potential man roster. I'm maybe main roster.
Huh?
I'm taking it like season Spectres is the like roster with the most potential.
Can you remind me who was even on that team? Because was I on that? No, that's the season after that's the season after I left that team.
Is that the like Cam Spectres season?
Yeah, I think so.
Um
I don't remember that team being. I don't really
yeah,
know.
okay, it's Avery, Cesarius, Sarverus, Cam, and Bean was the lineup that they were running towards the end.
And they're saying the take is that team had like the most potential that never got realized or something.
Yeah, let me pull up the whole list. So it was, oh my god, there were 10 people on it. Bean, Sarverus, Cam, Avery, Kathy, Cesarius, Captain Coffee, Eden, Kai, and Mythic. I mean, I think the lineup that I just said is probably their strongest one.
I mean, that's a good team. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, but I think plus Cam plus Bean is worse than plus Gruer plus Mythic, as shown by the fact that that team won the season before.
That's true. I mean, I think the argument here is that like they were scaling up super hard. Maybe like the biggest like what if roster if they had run it from the beginning, but yeah, I mean, I definitely don't. Maybe like the most missed out on potential, but I don't know. Word your take better. Don't have typos. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm kind of confused on what they meant,
Yeah.
but
Going to
I
say
do love all
baked,
those
unfortunately.
players. So
Yes.
shout out.
Yeah, I mean, I was loving the comeback run. I just didn't get them into playoffs, I don't think. Yeah, they weren't able to crack top 4. They ended 4-6, whereas Rift Sharks and MVP were both 6-4 and third and fourth. 1-1 Thieves unfortunately delivered a stinker and went 0-10 that season. But okay. We've already discussed this take to death, and there's no additional info on it. It just says fearless in all caps.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Go back and watch the previous couple episodes where me and Dean spent like 30 minutes on it.
Yeah. Okay. Snow is the only jungler based enough to see the potential of Jorky, which I assume is Jungle Corky. I for sure think there are other people who would play it.
I like
I feel
that
like
base
you.
though. I don't know. That's good. Jorky. I like
Yeah,
that. We never got to see it. The triple flex.
that's true. I don't know. I feel like Mason and Future would definitely play that if they would be allowed to. Um, okay, best casting duo of the season in All Stars: play by play by Blind Spiral and color cast by Daniel. I
I
mean,
didn't hear it, so you'll have to go. But I will say, I've not actually heard Daniel cast yet, but I got the privilege of casting a game with Blind Spiral, and he is an absolutely amazing play-by-play. So if Daniel's great as well, then I could believe that.
yeah. I mean, I would say like the only thing is they like we're talking over each other a little bit, but the fact that this is like their first time casting together, I think that's good. I can just say based. I don't know if I necessarily agree with it. Did we ever cast a game together this season?
I don't recall.
I feel like we
We'll be
did.
doing finals though.
That's true. Well, we'll absolutely like mog them, so we can get our aura back. Provided I have a voice, which we'll see. But yeah, no, shout out Spiral. This casting is really good. I feel like the play by play is way harder to do. We definitely have a shortage of good play by play casters. I think there's probably like 3 or 4 that really stick out to me. But yeah, I will say Spiral is the only one that's like been in call where I haven't been like, oh, I should be doing this, where I was just fine just letting him go at it because he was just as good as I feel like I would be. So definitely shout out Spiral there. Okay, this is an interesting take. Season 5 and Season 6 finals would have been victories for the losing team if they were best of 5.
Uh,
So you were in one of these.
Shut the hell up about season 6.
Yeah, okay, let's be fucking serious here. Like we were not winning that.
That'd have been a 3-0 instead of a 2-0. Let's be real.
Yeah, I mean, I think NYNB you could make the argument for like the game they won was like fucking AP Recon mid, and if you can win with AP Recon mid, in fucking playoff finals, I feel like you can probably win, with anything. But I don't know. I mean, I think you could also just make the argument that like if Jackson wasn't on Cassante, he doesn't go 0-9, and they picked like a bad Kane spot for Valor in the second game. Like, I don't know. I mean, the game that MVP lost, like literally like only Will had kills. Whereas like every other game they looked like super solid as a whole team. And I also remember there being like some tilt in NIMB comms, so if you extend it a little bit, maybe that doesn't come through. But I mean, yeah, like we're not going to beat Spectres if you extend it. Like I don't know, like we got fucking shit stomped in the second game. The first game was like somewhat playable, but it was like really bad. I don't know. I mean, that team was just like so much better than us. We were not making out any adaptations. I think we even like lost the second game even harder than we lost the first one. So, good cope, I think. But this is baked for sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, we can look at all the past seasons and see if there are any seasons where I agree with your take.
I To me, the winners won. I don't know. That's kind of how I feel about it.
Yeah, I think season 3. I think TSA could have come back. We griefed a little bit in draft a couple games. Season 1 is a sub issue with the rosters that were played. I don't think anything changes, and then everything's been best of 5 since then. So season 3 is the only one where I think you have any merit to
Hey,
having
maybe
this
if it was
take.
best of
But
12, the teams could have won in 7 and 9.
so true. Well, it definitely would have happened in 9 because Evan would have had to go to bed. So
Yeah, true, true. Good point. Well, we would have subbed you in. We'd have been fine.
that's true. That's true. Okay. Ooh, this one is an interesting take. Bean is Scrimzone's all-time flex MVP.
Who's the competition? Rattle off like two, three people that could even contend.
I mean, I've made finals in every role except for jungle. So I think that stands for something. I mean, Silico is up there too. That guy like played every fucking role like a goddamn demon. Rex is up there for sure.
Rex,
That guy
yeah,
can play
Rex
every
is
role.
absolutely insane. Yeah, Rex
I
is a
don't
good
know. I
shout
don't think
out.
this is like an easy yes because
So
I
there
think
wasn't a
there's
flex player. I'm trying to look
so
just who
people
won
have gotten
flex
the flex
player.
player awards. It's been Teddy, Cam. That's a really good shout out too. Hadiri, another solid one. Sarveris because he's played
Sarveris,
three
frankly,
lanes.
his mid, top, and ADC have all been really good.
Blake got flex player of the season, one season two. Yeah, I mean, I think it's tough. I mean, with like players like Rex and Cam and stuff, where they've just like played every fucking player or every fucking champ in every fucking role, and Silico too. Like, it's so tough to call it. Like,
Yeah,
if I had to sign a player who could play every role at a high level, I mean, even like just like Drakkar and Rad are showing up there too. Like, I don't know. That's so tough. Feel like this one's like actually like impossible to determine in terms of people
I
who have
don't.
like
Yeah,
played each role. Like,
honestly, if I had to pick one, I think everybody you just named could easily be it. I don't think there's a clear person whatsoever. But if I had to pick one, I think I'd actually go Sarveris because he's won an MVP playing mid lane. He's
yeah,
won a season playing AD carry, playing like is the best player in the server, and he had a really good season top lane when he got like a flex player award. So to me, if I had to pick one, it'd probably be him. But
yeah. I mean, I'd say like back when Cam was like still playing the game, I think he'd be up there. Just because like champion fucking Ocean, like it's so easy to draft around that guy. But yeah, sadly, do have to say baked on this one. I mean, shout out Bean, but we've had some
I
insane
do
like
love
flex
being
player goats. ADC slash ranked top players are boosted by their champ and not good at top laner.
huh?
What the fuck are we even saying?
Oh, did they mean to say range top laner? Are they saying range top laners are
Oh,
boosted?
probably. Yeah, okay.
Can these people not
Yeah, okay.
spell check their
ADC
takes?
slash range top
Holy.
players are boosted by their champion and not good at top lane. I assume is the take.
I
Um,
mean,
no? Baked?
I don't think. I think range top is extremely cringe and it's really annoying to play against. But like, I don't think it's like free win. Like you don't just spam range top and make it to diamond if you were otherwise playing melees and stuck below that rank. Like,
Yeah. I mean, I think like if your argument is like they're not good at other top laners because they only play range top, like maybe that's true, but I don't think that means that you're like boosted by your champ. Like,
hey, what's worse, range top or mage bot? Who's more cringe?
I mean, range top is definitely more cringe, but I don't know if it means you're more boosted. I mean,
I
like
feel
if
like
you're
range
like,
top is only cringe if you're like counterpicking someone and they actually just can do nothing about it.
yeah, I mean, I played like fucking like Darius into Malzahar once. That was like fucking miserable, but I don't know. Yeah, I mean, like if you're playing like fucking like Vayne top, that's different than like Kennen or Gnar or Teemo or something. Like if you're like flexing a champion that's not normally a top laner into top lane just to like abuse people, I feel like that's where it's like annoying, but I don't know.
Yeah, some Varus top or something.
Yeah, I mean,
You
like
remember when
Aurora is
Graves
kind of
top was
like a.
meta? Graves top meta back when that shit was
Oh
getting
my
played in
god,
pro was pretty cringe.
I may have played that in Scrims and gotten a win out of it.
Oh, I played some Graves mid back then. That shit was fun, but it was
Yeah.
still cringe.
Yep, agreed. Um, Rad Zoe really isn't that good and isn't worth a ban first round. This one's aimed at you, so I'll let you field it.
Aimed at me, you were the one saying ban it.
Okay,
I mean,
sure.
I think Rad is really good at Zoe. I think, to me, I don't think the champion's that I don't know. I think you can deal with Zoe and Lane like with individual matchups. But the problem is, even when you do counterpick Zoe, she's still going to have priority. And to me, I think the biggest issue with Zoe and the biggest issue with it being on QC is the fact that it absolutely just allows your jungler to run the map because it always has priority. It can move to a jungle skirmish as fast and as easy as any champion in the game. It can bubble over the wall. So to me, I think it makes the reason it's annoying for QC to have it is it makes Drakar's game way, way too easy. And then if the champion gets a lead, which QC's been pretty good about getting leads in their games, then the champion feels very difficult to deal with. But I don't know. I think it's debatable whether or not we needed to ban it, but
Yeah.
my team wanted to.
It would be very funny if we were in a situation where I was pushing for it because I thought you wanted it, and you were pushing for it because you thought I wanted it, and neither of us actually thought it was the best ban.
No, I had some counters in mind, but I will say also some of the counters, at least if it is directed just at our series, some of the counters were things I hadn't played a ton of, but I don't know. I think there's a few matchups that people haven't shown in the server into Zoe that make Zoe really, really hard to play.
Okay, this is just like a prediction, I guess. Fearless won't be around next season of Scrim Zone, maybe season 12. What? This is nothing. What does this mean? I've kept fucking this. Like, you think like people's opinion is gonna change? Like, what's the take here? Like,
What was the take?
Fearless won't be around next season of Scrim Zone, maybe season 12. Like, I'm not even sure what's being hinted at here.
Yeah.
I mean, like, maybe. I don't know. I mean, what I think is going to happen is that it's going to eventually people are going to get so upset that we're not doing it, that we're going to run it for a season, and then it's going to go horribly, and then we're going to stop doing it. So, I don't know. Or people are going to like quit the league because of it, which is worse. But we'll see. I don't think that's an anything take. Okay, season 9 Rift Sharks beat either current NYMB or QC. True and real based, I feel like.
What is that?
So season 9 Rift Sharks beat either team in finals this season.
I mean, I think it'd be a banger series.
Yeah,
I definitely think we'd beat
I'm gonna say
NYMB.
based.
I think the team matches up a lot better into QC than this season's iteration of Rift Sharks does. Just when you consider like power level of like role.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, because there's still the option, like, we can slot Noam or Carrot jungle there, or me or Evan bot, like, conditionally into the teams, and I think probably we get the angle to do that. But I mean, I will just say, like, our team last season was like a little broken. Like, let's be honest. Like,
Yeah, the team last season was a tad bit broken.
Yeah.
I also think one thing that was lost. I think Avery was a pretty big loss for the team. Not even saying like you played poorly in top lane or anything, but I think that man literally went undefeated on his champion and just like was drawing bans and things like
no,
that.
hey, we lost him a game on Darius last season.
Did we? I thought he went undefeated.
No. It was like a whole thing. We like fucking sold the fuck out of him.
I do wish it's all hypothetical, but I feel like, man, if you could almost just do like an 8-team bracket of the best champions of all the seasons would be just the best content ever. Because I think all the series would be super close. I think every champion team that we've ever had has been really, really competitive.
Yeah, he lost actually. Two games on Darius. Let me see which seasons they were. Oh, and I guess it wasn't season 9, it was season 8 where he lost both. Okay, no, you're right. But
He went undefeated, right?
yes, that's true. At some point, Rift Sharks did sell him on the Darius, though. Just wasn't when you were around. He was 8-0 on it. Ridiculous. That was not just team format, though. He was 7-0 on it in team format. Disgusting. I don't know. I will just say, though, like, I feel like the stuff we practiced last season with, like, me top. I feel like our team was not that different in terms of quality. Our draft got a little harder, but my champ pool is a little different. But I mean, just the fact that we can like have 2 options and 3 roles is kind of gross. I feel like it would adapt to the scenario. It's hard not knowing how the Avery Chow matchup looks like, obviously, and not knowing how I play into Kage. I'm like kind of sad I didn't get to do that at all, but you know.
Also, Carrot was playing like a human that season too. He was
Jesus
actually like
Christ.
running people.
Toxic.
I mean, he'd admit it.
That's true. Okay. Scrims does not and probably will never need Fearless. Based. Thank you. Next.
What is that? How many Fearless takes are we getting?
That's all people care about. Season 9 finals, highest quality all time.
The
Andromeda
Season
Metabusters
9
one was
finals
so
was
good.
pretty peak. But I will say Season 7 finals, the Andromeda versus Metabusters was also extremely peak.
I'm biased because I got to cast that one. I'm going to say that one's better and say Season 9 finals is baked. I didn't get to play or cast in Season 9 finals, so I'm biased against it.
Season 9 was hype, though. Season 9 was hype finals.
Yeah. It's close. Okay, and then last stage.
I have high hopes that Season 10 finals will be peak, though.
Okay. Gruer has the better costume this time, not even close. Of course.
Yes.
I agree. Base.
Thank you.
I just pulled this out of my closet.
Thank you. Thank you.
All I'm going to say is you clearly hate Fizz.
I do. The chat hates
Which
Fizz
is
too,
justified.
Dean.
I think that is fair. I don't know. All right. Well, that is it for our takes. I don't honestly have too much more to talk about, but yeah, I don't know.
Well, hold on. Well, I have a question for you. It can be a brief discussion, but
Sure.
I'd like to hear your predictions for the rest of Worlds.
Oh, okay. T1 wins tonight and then beats fucking TES because they don't lose to Chinese teams. Genji should beat KT, and then it's Genji T1 finals, and we saw how that went in 2017. So I'm just gonna leave it like that. And I'm knocking on wood because my God, Genji is gonna try and throw. But I feel like HLE or AL are the 2 teams that have the best chance of beating Genji, and Genji just beat HLE. If AL beats T1, then I think things get a little exciting. I don't know. I think if AL wins this series, they probably win the tournament.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
SKT, just how do you doubt them, especially against a Chinese team? You're gonna hate this because you'll cry, but I actually think we're gonna see the crazy upset that we did already see in the LCK. Yeah. But I think KT is gonna do it, and we're gonna get a Telecom War finals, and it's gonna be absolute.
Oh,
peak.
Jesus Christ! That means KT is gonna 0-3.
BDD is winning Worlds.
If KT makes it to finals, they're selling so fucking hard. That team cannot be consistent.
It's all coming together.
Okay. Well, all I'm saying is, it's fucking Ruler versus BDD. I'm winning either way. Like, did I want them to win when they had Rascal, Clid, Ruler, Life, BDD? Yes, I did. Did they? No, they didn't. But if BDD can win, I'm just as happy.
I don't know, dude. I saw some Reddit post earlier today talking about how there's like some history there because back in 2017, BDD and Cuz were on. I think it was Longzhu with like Khan, and they were literally like the best team, predicted to win Worlds, first seed. And who'd they get upset by?
Yeah, Genji,
Samsung
right?
Galaxy,
Yeah.
Ruler. So there's some history here. Now Ruler's the favorite, and maybe they can find the upset. It would be kind of hype.
Yeah. See, the problem is, look at the team Ruler has around him. Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, but they've already shown they can beat him. Cuz can outperform Canyon on the day.
Yes, if Canyon falls asleep at his keyboard, Genji will lose. I think that could happen. I think we could draft the worst draft in history and sell. Anything could happen, but
okay, I have a question. Would you rather them lose? Would you rather your Genji lose to KT, or would you rather them lose to SKT in finals?
Oh, I'll kill myself if T1 wins Worlds again. I fucking hate watching this team win. It pisses me off.
Uh,
Because everyone's like fucking like T1 Andy. It's so annoying. It's like they're like rooting for every other team, and then T1 makes finals. They're like, I was rooting for them the whole time. No, you fucking weren't. Shut up. God
yeah, I
damn,
mean,
man.
I like T1, but I do like some variety in my winners as well.
I don't know. Like if you're like a diehard T1 fan and you like genuinely root for them all the time, like that's whatever. Just the people who are like, oh, I think they're so special and cool, and you've not rooted for them a single fucking other series all year. Shut the fuck up. Oh my god, I fucking hate
Who are you
it.
talking about? You know what? Here, can I soapbox for a second? You know
Okay,
what I
what do
really
you mean
don't
who you're talking about?
understand?
There's millions of people in the world I'm
Yeah,
talking about.
This is like I'm about to like just hate on somebody for no reason, but why is Noam such a G2
Oh my
European
god.
supporter? Like, you're an American, bud. What are you doing? I'm like reading the
That's not
esports
true
channel the
actually.
other day.
We're lying, but that's okay.
He's not American.
I don't believe so. I think he's a NA imports.
You're an NA import. Oh, my bad. Either way, though, it's
Still
cringe. It's cringe. No, it's cringe. I'm
overhating.
sorry.
Why
You're
are we dunking
overhating.
on why are we dunking
You're
on
ra-
people who already suck?
Yeah, the NA hate is cringe.
I don't know. That's like me being like, "Oh yeah, like fucking the Wizards suck. They should stop playing basketball." Like we know this.
You're not.
Okay, see,
No
Blake's
comment. No
Blake's
comment.
whole
No. No
brand is
comment. No.
catering. I don't know.
All right. Maybe we should cut this. Wait, I did have one other thought. I saw where Quid is going to Team Liquid.
Shit.
My favorite team, 100 Thieves, been my favorite team for years since they started, have unfortunately bowed out. So I am glad Quid is staying in North America.
Well, LCS
Hopefully
is
they
coming
get
back.
hopefully they get inspired. That would be a fun roster. Inspired, Quid, Yon, Core JJ.
So true. I just hope Bwipo is like pays for his sins, so to speak.
Yeah, who's more annoying, Whippo or T1 fans?
I think people who quote Bwipo like unironically are worse than any of it. Because I think there's a chance that Bwipo is like misquoted or like spoke out of line, but the people who are like fucking dick riding it and like believing it and like seeing other teams like meme it and be like, I don't know. Like I saw a fucking like Team Liquid quote and it's like when bro is playing on his like period account or something, I'm like, just grow up. Like Jesus Christ. I don't know. Like, do we not learn our lesson? Like, I don't know. It's just gross. Like, come on, guys. It's fucking 2025. We can be past sexism in gaming. Like, we're an organization. We don't need to farther this. I don't know.
I mean, I really feel like I've only seen like one person who I thought was truly kind of supporting Whippo, and
No, I just mean
that was
like I feel
that
like
was
teams and like pro teams and stuff like making jokes about it is just like I don't know. Like it doesn't sit right with me. Like I don't know.
I agree. I agree.
I don't know. I mean, like, props to FlyQuest for like donating the salary to like women in gaming, but then they just took him right off the bench. But I mean, whatever. It is what it is. But I don't know. We'll see. Maybe NA will do something ever. Double Lifton, Bjerson retired though, so like, do they really have any like good players anymore?
Man, my hope. I was really a believer in a couple of those. So first season I ever even watched. I got into League in 2016. First season series I ever watched or Worlds I watched was 2016. Man, that TSM roster was believable, and Double Lift just had to dash into Victor.
Yep.
Just had to do it.
I don't know. I mean I
All right.
liked the Liquid rosters with like Impact and Core JJ and that, but unfortunately did not get results.
That C9 roster in 2018 that lost to Fnatic in semifinals at Worlds was really fun with Licorice, and I think that was still Jim.
Wasn't that
Right?
2019 where they made it
No, it
farther?
was 2018 because they lost to Fnatic, who went to finals, and Caps was on Fnatic with Blippo. Oh my God, I was so mad that series because I'm pretty sure that's back when you could play Victor top, and Blippo was playing Victor top, and Licorice played like Echo as a counter pick, and it did not work at all, and I was so sad because not only did my favorite champion lose, NA lost, terrible series, and then that was 2018, yeah, because they went to finals and they got freaking mollywopped by Invictus Gaming in finals, despite the fact that they had looked competitive against them in groups.
Yeah. Why was I thinking that? I don't know. There's definitely like I don't know. For some reason, when I think of that like C9 roster, I remember they're like gaming against Griffin, but like maybe I'm just making that up.
That C9 roster in 2018 3-0'd Afrika in with
Oh,
King,
they
I think it
played
was.
Griffin in groups. That's what it was. Speaking of fucking, oh
Yeah.
my god, like can we? I don't know. Like the two rosters like from history that like I wish could have just fucking won worlds, like fucking 2019 Griffin and like 2021, 2022 Genji. Like those were so fun, but
Mm.
I don't
I
know.
mean, really, I think the biggest travesty of all time is the fact that G2, despite having such an amazing year, got absolutely bodied in the finals by FPX. Like, it wasn't a competitive finals. Like, if they lost, they lost, but it was very disappointing for them to just get absolutely bodied by. But also, like, I was
Yeah.
such a Do and Be
I
fan
mean,
of that tournament.
yeah. I
Like,
mean,
what a
Tian's
goat playing
finals
freaking
performance is
Malphite
like,
mid and shit. Like,
yeah.
my goat. But Nautilus mid, oh my God, I started playing Nautilus mid after watching that. But yeah, they got 3-0'd. It was very
Yeah.
disappointing.
I
In
mean,
Europe too, if I remember right. That tournament was in Europe, no less.
uh, I do not remember. Yes, it was. Finals were in Paris. I don't know. I mean, that's like
Yeah.
the Tian's performance in that series is like one of the most disgusting, like I just waltz over your team,
Hmm.
you can't fucking touch me I've ever seen.
Yeah, he really did. Yeah, yeah,
I don't know. The fucking like Misfits SKT series, like going to fight
yeah.
like
That
that
was
that could
peak.
have been really good too. I mean, I don't know if they beat the next team, but I don't know.
No, dude. Honestly, I think RNG should have won that year, but that was literally the game. I think that's the series where Faker played like 5 straight games of Galio,
Oh, let me fact check.
and then they went because then they beat RNG, who was like one of the favorites.
Yeah.
RNG goes or SKT goes to finals, and that's when they got 3-0'd by Samsung,
Right.
which I was a big fan of the Samsung teams. That season 6 finals was hype though. I think that went to 5 games. That same kind of rematch.
Unfortunately, 2017 was my first year, so I did not get to see that. But
So you didn't even get to see like the best series of all time, which was Rocks Tigers versus SKT
no,
with
no, I did not.
The MF in the Ash bot lane.
I've
MF
watched
is the
that, but
Zyra
no, I did not
counter.
watch it live.
2022 Worlds is probably the best tournament overall. I would agree with Rat and Chat on that. Also though, like any Worlds that's in North America is the best World. So 2016, 2022, I can actually watch the games at a reasonable hour, and they're always peak. Like actually, just some of the it's not even just me being able to watch. 2016 was amazing. 2022 is like DRX. Like what the hell? I mean,
Yeah.
Zeka hit a peak at that tournament that's like as good as anybody's ever hit.
Yeah, I mean, I would say like 2022 Worlds was not the best Worlds in terms of game quality, but in terms of like narratives and storyline, like it was fucking crazy.
Man, you
But
had some hype games though. You did have some hype games. That series where man Zeka versus Scout, I think that was the semifinals, maybe it was the quarters, but that was hype. EDGs. I did like okay, I gotta get your opinion on this. I saw this thing that T1 posted, or maybe it wasn't T1, it was like some of the T1 players, I think it was like Faker and someone
yeah,
else. They were like ranking every world's winner. And we don't got to see the full list. Obviously, they're going
yeah,
to be like kind of biased towards their team, SKT, obviously. But
yeah.
I'm pretty sure the team they had at the very bottom was the 2021 EDG team. And I just think
What?
there's no way, whatever order you want to do, that you can put that team at the bottom of the list. I just do not think you can.
What the fuck?
Viper Scout, like they were playing
No,
so good.
that's some bullshit. I don't know.
Yeah,
I put
I
IG
couldn't
up
believe
really
that.
high. That team was fucking cracked. And like
Yeah,
Prime DK Zamon, that team is fucking up there. I don't know.
2020 Damwon was amazing, no doubt.
I don't know. Beryl wasn't playing fucking gotcha games. Nuguri didn't retire. I don't know. Anyway, we should probably just kill stream. But thanks everyone for
Yeah.
watching. It's
Thank you
late. We
guys.
got sidetracked.
Have a good Halloween, everyone.
Yes. See y'all. Thanks for watching.